Very good morning, students. Today we would like to continue the syllabus which we have stopped previously. Actually, we are in second unit. I was stopped at recruitment and selection techniques. Now I am going to continue the syllabus of second unit of human resource management. Today, after completion of recruitment and selection techniques, I am going to explain about training and development techniques. And I hope this lecture will be very much useful for all the students who are going to go for various organizations after completion of your MBA program. Now I am going to start the training and development and its techniques. While coming to training and development, I am going to explain about a topic called ASK: attitudes, skills, and knowledge. Before going to explain about this training and development, these three variables are very much important: attitude, skills, and knowledge. First of all, what is meant by this attitude? Attitude means the way of feeling, the way we are going to interact with others, and predispositional behavior directed towards people, organization in group, organizations as individuals. And skills. The meaning of skill is, if you are going to, before going to explain about skill, I am going to explain about wisdom. Wisdom is a combination of skill, knowledge, and intelligence. People who are having skill, they will solve the problems. People who are having knowledge, they will prevent the problems. People who are having knowledge, they will solve the problems. And while coming to intelligence, intelligence is the way or any concept we are going to learn faster than others. It is called intelligence. The combination of wisdom, the combination of intelligence, skills, knowledge is called wisdom. After completion of explaining about attitude, the next concept is called skill. Skill means the faculty or the experience, what we are going to do, what we are going to show in the job is called skill, which we are going to perform better than others. It is called skill. And next one is knowledge. Knowledge is something that it is derived from or learning from various concepts or reading books, studying others' mentalities, perceptions. It is all coming under knowledge. Intelligence, skill, knowledge is all called attitude, is all called the ingredients of training. While coming to training and development, generally training is given for short period, may vary from 6 months to 1 year. It is generally, in olden days, training is generally given for unskilled employees or semi-skilled employees. But nowadays, after the advent of globalization, training is mandatory for experienced employees and unexperienced employees. I will tell an example. A software engineer who is having rich experience in software field, the moment he is having 20 years of software experience, suddenly he moves to another company. That fellow also undergone some training with respect to the environment, the working condition, the company culture, rules, regulations, policies, procedures. First of all, he has to understand all the components of the concerned company which he is going to place. And the next one, generally, while coming to development is an all-round, is a holistic issue. It's an all-round development of an employee which leads to development, which leads to accomplishment of organizational goals and objectives. Training is a short-term process. Development is a long-term process. While coming to training and development techniques, training and development techniques are divided into two types: on-the-job training techniques and off-the-job training techniques. While coming to on-the-job training techniques, the first one is job rotation method, the second one is job coaching method, and third one is job instruction method, fourth one is mentoring, the next one is understudy method, and the last one is committee assignments. While coming to off-the-job training method, students please listen carefully. The first one is in off-the-job training method, the first one is role play, the second one is simulation exercise, third one is in-basket exercise, fourth one is incident method, and the last one is lecture method. I would like to explain each and every point very clearly with respect to on-the-job and off-the-job training methods. While coming to on-the-job training technique, the first one is job rotation method. In this job rotation method, the movement of employee, here the employee is going to move from one job to another job within the organization. For example, HR department and HR employee will move from one department to another department, likewise marketing department, finance department, mechanical department, installation department. The importance of movement of job from one place to another place within the organization is the employee will get top class learning experience and what was really happening in each and every department. This will definitely facilitate quick decision making of the concerned employee in the concerned job. That is the importance of job rotation method. And the second one is job coaching method. Here, in job coaching method, the employee is placed under an experienced fellow and he will explain each and every component of the work very clearly. By this, the employee can easily understand the problems of the concerned work and he can solve the problems there and there itself. And third one is job instruction method. In this method, the instructor will clearly explain the way of doing the job. And he will explain each and every step and procedure and he will troubleshoot all the problems and it leads to quick decision making. And the next one is mentoring. Here I would like to differentiate two words, coaching and mentoring. Coaching is short-term process, mentoring is a long-term process. Okay, you take an example of Infosys company. Infosys chairman Narayanamurthy is not a coach, he is a mentor. Mentor is a well-experienced fellow and he will explain each and every process of the work and that will lead to the all-round career development of an employee that should be built through mutual self-respect and trust among the two parties. That is the difference between coach and mentor. And the next one is understudy method. In understudy, it is very important method. Here, the employee has taken the responsibility of the immediate superior. That immediate superior went to job promotion or any long leave. Okay, in his place, the employee will take the responsibilities of the concerned immediate superior and he will fulfill the tasks of immediate superior along with his personal duties and organizational duties. And the next one is committee assignments. Committee assignments means the employee has solved the day-to-day organizational problems under a mentor or under the coach. It is called committee assignments. The group of people are going to solve the actual organizational problems. That is about committee assignments. These are about various important on-the-job training techniques. While coming to off-the-job training technique, the first one is role play. Here off-the-job means actual working conditions are simulated itself in the classroom or any area which was quite away from the working place. Might be industrial organization. Okay, in that the first one is role play. Here the employee, the trainee has to act various jobs like marketing manager. He has to play various roles like marketing manager, finance manager. By that he can understand the day-to-day organizational problems or the departmental issues of the concerned organization. It is called role play. For example, if I am I used to assume that I am the marketing manager, I used to assume I am the finance manager, I used to assume I am the production manager. In that I used to act what are the real problems in the concerned organization, and it is definitely facilitates for decision making process. And coming to simulation exercise. Today, most of the organizations are confronted with so many problems. Whatever the problems created by the concerned organizations or departments, that should be placed before the trainees. For that, the trainees are going to act according to it to solve the problems. And the next one is in-basket exercise. In-basket exercise means here the trainer has given imaginary company situation to the employee. In that imaginary situation, the trainer has given the HR modules, schedules, works, assignments, so many to the employee. In that, the employee will act according to it and he has to prepare HR schedules and he is going to monitor the day-to-day working process. He should act like a company CEO or company HR manager to the concerned company. It is called in-basket exercise. And the next one is incident method. Incident method means whatever the various problems faced by various companies or departments in the concerned organization, okay, in that incident method, so many favorable, unfavorable incidents are to be taken by the concerned employee, and he used to act according to favorable situations and unfavorable situations. It is also useful for decision making process. And the last one is lecture method. In this lecture method, group of trainees are placed in a single room. Okay, the trainer has to give lectures at a time on various organizational issues. Here, the straight face-to-face interaction can be placed between trainers and trainee. The most advantage of this lecture method is the trainers have the greatest flexibility of physical interaction with the concerned trainer, and they can address their queries straightly to the trainer. Then there is having a lot of flexibility to handle the issues. It is called lecture method. Thank you.